Hey everyone, it's me. I wanted to do a really quick live because I want to give you something to think about because we're going to be elevating the conversation on this page, and I want to elevate the conversation with my audience. And what does that mean? What does that look like? And what am I talking to you about? So many times I am going through stuff on my own and I'm learning a lot of things, and I bring it into my paid communities, Membership for Your Soul and Soul Finder Academy. And I recognize that I need to start bringing it out to you, out to my people on my business page. And I want to start elevating the conversation. I noticed yesterday when we had Kat on and we talked about sales and making sales, which I think it's a really great video, and you should watch it if you haven't watched it, because we really talked about the confidence and the mental stuff. And whether you're in a business or not, you're going to really gain a lot from it. And I recognized by doing that, because that's something like spiritual people don't talk about, making money and making sales and the business aspects, but I'm really, really into the business aspect of growing a business, and I help people to grow a business. I'm going to give you a really important question to think about, so just bear with me for a second. So yesterday when we were having that conversation with Kat, I was like, I need to start having more of these conversations with my audience, because some people may not like it and then they shouldn't follow me. But most people will really enjoy these elevated conversations because we're moving into an evolution. We're moving into an elevated way of living, a much more conscious way of living. Hello, Susan. Hello, Lana. I'm not going to be on long because I'm actually Susan. I'm going to be doing a Q&A for membership very soon. But hi, Carrie. So we're all going to be in membership very soon on the Q&A. So the question I want to ask you guys to really, really think about, I want to hear your responses, because as I elevate this conversation with all of you, we elevate it together, we elevate ourselves, and we start stepping into the power, the empowerment of who we're really meant to be and why we're here, and we start getting that out into the world. The question I have for all of you is, why do you go to people and ask them, should I do such and such? Why is it that you feel that you can't own it yourself and say, I want to be an author. How can I be an author? What I noticed, let me break it down. What I noticed from a lot of people, because I'm a reader and I'm a medium, people that are not in my communities, people usually not in my paid communities, because they know how I work, Carrie and Susan, that are in Membership for Your Soul. Most people that see me as a medium, they see me do readings on telesummits and things like that, they'll come and they'll say to me, should I do this? Or what should I do? Or what path should I take? And I really honestly feel that you know exactly what you want to do. You're just afraid to speak it out loud. Now, you may go to a reader because you want to hear it come from the reader's mouth because you believe it more. And I get that. But we're shifting out of that model of living. We're shifting out of a disempowered way of living and moving into an empowered way of living. So what I invite all of you to do is to start standing in the truth of what you want to be and start asking different questions. So let's take Carrie. So this is my beautiful little Carrie, who I know very well because she was in my mastermind group. She's in Membership for Your Soul. Carrie has this incredible game that she created. It's this amazing game. Carrie, can you write the name down of the game? Because I can't recall it right now, and I would like people to find it if they want to find it. So Carrie wouldn't come to me and say, should I do this game? Instead, she owns this magnificent idea that Spirit gave her, and she may come to me and say, okay, Marilyn, I have this incredible game that Spirit gave me, and I feel aligned with it. What else do I need to do to become aligned with that game? Or what can I do in order to create that game? Or is there something I'm missing about creating that game? Or you could even ask, just because you may be afraid, which Carrie wasn't, she jumped right into it. You could even ask, is this something that I could, you could ask, is this something I could succeed at? Most times the answer is yes, unless you're in a place of real denial with yourself. But if you're aligned with your soul, you definitely will be able to, and I'm going to answer that in a second, Lana, you will definitely be able to ask the questions that give you the right answer. So Lana brings, hi, Barbara, another membership. She says, everyone needs a great mentor. I agree with that. But a great mentor is not somebody who tells you how to live. It's somebody who makes you think for yourself. It's a great mentor that will coach you, share with you, help you, guide you, give you some answers. But mainly they want to empower you to be able to do it for yourself, because eventually you want to be able to leave the great mentor. Maybe you'll graduate to another mentor. A lot of times you do as you evolve anyway, right? Because it's nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of. But it's always good to be empowered in yourself. So what I'm asking all of you to do is to stop disempowering yourself with the questions that you're asking and instead empower yourself. I want, like when I said, somebody comes to me and they say, what path should I take? Or should I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What do you think I should do? That's a very disempowered question. And I would argue with most of you, except maybe there might be a small percentage. 99% of you know exactly what you want to do, but you're afraid to say it. And because you're afraid to say it, it's so buried that you're trusting an outside source over your own heart. Now, you may not agree with me, and I invite that conversation, and that's okay, because I want to keep elevating the conversation on my business page. But I want you to listen to what I say and say, is this true for myself? Am I afraid to say to a reader, I want to be an author? How can I be an author? How can I really delve into it? How at this age, I was talking to somebody else who's like in their 60s and they have this incredible background of all these gifts. And her question would be, how can I make this possible? Or how do I get past that age thing that's in my head? But I want you to start owning who you are completely so that you can move forward on your path. So I do have to go, but Susan's in my program, in membership. I think for me, it's because what my truth is so big, I'm looking for someone to tell me how to do the steps to find those who are looking for it. So that's different, Susan. You own what you want to do because we've been in conversations and you're doing writing classes. You own that. Not knowing how to get from A to Z is when you get a great mentor, like Ilana said. That's when a mentor can help you get from A to Z. That's when, even with you, Susan, I did it with you, and I'm going to call you out because you shared. But with Susan, she was spiritual creatives get so scattered because they're so creative. They're getting downloads, they're getting information, they're feeling the energy, and then they're dealing with all the crap from like their parents telling them they can't be something. But they have all these creative ideas and they're never grounded in them. That's what I see a lot of times. They don't know how to move from A to Z. And with Susan, we were talking, she has some beautiful ideas. She's got some beautiful success already with it. But when she was answering me, it was a little too scattered for me. And because she's struggling with knowing how to get from A to B to Z, whatever. But I kept asking her questions to bring it into the grounding, to make it happen for her. So Susan, you aren't exactly with what I'm saying because you know what you want to do. I'm talking to those of you, let's take it to step one. For those of you who don't know what you want to do, I want you to stop asking disempowering questions, going to a coach, going to a medium, going to a reader, going to this, going to that, and saying, what should I do? What path should I take? And instead, I want you to pause before you do that. Some of you, like I said, may be really confused, but ask yourself, what do you really want to do? What do you love to do? Maybe don't worry about, like when I've had conversations with people and I'm like, okay, so what do you love to do? And they're like, I like to walk my dog, but I don't know how I can make money doing that. I'm like, let's not worry about that right now. Let's just walk your dog and have a really good time with it because that's going to move you into solution-based thinking. All of a sudden, you're going to be walking your dog and you're going to hear something from someone talking the neighbor and you're like, oh, wait, that's interesting. And then you're going to listen to a podcast and it's going to be repeated and you're going to be like, you know what, there it is again. This woman's doing such and such. I like that. And then all of a sudden you find out about something else doing it. Then you're in solution. But you can't be in solution. You can't be in empowerment if you disempower yourself with the questions you ask. So thank you, Carrie. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, you're amazing and empowering us. You believed in me and supported my dream by seeing even more in me and my idea that I even understood. And Carrie shared this is her game. So this game is amazing. And I still have to get in there and do it. But I was with Carrie as she was developing this. It's amazing. Soul Life Treasure Hunt. Go check it out. CarrieFarmerConnections.com. Carrie is a soul star. She's part of Membership for Your Soul. And it's really, this game is amazing. It's like nothing you've seen. So go check that out, Carrie. Thank you for sharing that. So my question to all of you, and I see all my members on here because they're getting ready. We're going to do a Q&A. I see Maurice and Kitty. So what I'd love, and Paula and Cheryl. Good. I'm so glad, Cheryl. So for those of you who don't know me, a lot of my members know how I work. And it's so funny. I have a program called Soul Finder Academy, and some of them have Voxer access to me. So they leave me messages and I leave them a message back. And one of them said to me, I said, why aren't you using the Voxer aspect? Why aren't you messaging me more? And she goes, because you always tell me if I have a question to go inside first and see if I have the answer. And so when I have a question, I do that, and I don't have any questions for you then because I'm getting the answers myself. And I'm like, that's freaking brilliant. That's great. I don't have a problem with that. Good. So what I want all of you to do, and I'd love to hear from those of you who don't know me that well, and this is an open conversation because I want to elevate the conversations on this page. I would love to know why you feel, and you might say, Marilyn, I really don't know what to do. That's okay. That's okay. Why you feel you have to go to a reader or a coach or somebody, a psychic, an oracle, to ask them what path you need to be on or what you need to be doing in your life. It's different than, I'm going to call out Kitty here. Kitty is new in membership, and I've had some conversations with her, and I think she'll be okay. Kitty was a teacher, and she's got some incredible things opening up to her. I don't think Kitty would ask me. She may say, Marilyn, I'm interested in A, B, C, and D. What can I do with them? That's a different question than saying, tell me what I'm supposed to do with my life. Please tell me I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Now, some of you may be there. I'm not judging it. I'm just trying to change the conversation you're having with yourself. Part of what I teach is how you speak to guides, right? So that's my expertise, is how to speak to guides, how to use your gifts, and how to live a life from your heart and soul. Your guides are teaching you how to have an intimate relationship with yourself, not with your mother, not with your father, not with your priest, not with the tarot reader on 1-800 Psychic. They're teaching you how to have a relationship with yourself. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, and again, I want to hear, see, but Susan, this is the thing. Do you really believe that you're not on the right path? Answer me that. Do you really believe you're not on the right path? Okay, answer me that first, honey. That's all I want to know. Because if you do, then we'll work with that. So here's what happens sometimes. You go to a tarot reader. This is what happened to me. This is why I'm not into this. And you may have a dream, but you don't tell them the dream. And then they start reading you. And then you ask them, can I do this or can I do that? And they're like, no, you can't do that. You can never do that. How many times have you had that experience? And then all of a sudden, what spirit put in your body, in your heart, in your soul, you're now full on doubting. Now, maybe what spirit put in your heart and your soul, you're not meant to fully do. It's supposed to be something else, but it's an entranceway to this incredible journey that you're about to go on. But this tarot reader just told you there's no friggin' way you're ever going to do this. You just shut everything down. So a quick example about that, and I'll go to Susan. So Susan said, to make sure I'm on the right path. And I said, do you really question if you're on the right path? No. She knows she's on the right path. Susan, do you know you're on the right path? Give me a yes if you do. If not, I may not be understanding the answer. So if it's a yes, give me a yes if you know you're on the right path. So the last thing I'm going to leave with, because I got to go because I have to do readings for membership. So I went to I had a reader. I don't get readings anymore. I mean, I have coaches. I have mentors. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Go to yourself and then have that mentor. When I was trying to coach you a bit, and I know you're working with someone, I was coaching you on how to grow your business, how to make this happen. Good. Thank you, Susan. And she knows she's on the right path. Great job. Great job, sweetie. Thank you. See, it gets confusing. She said mediums confuse her. And what I'm trying to stop you guys from doing is getting confused. It's one thing. I'm not against readers. I have a ton of readers in my group, and they're phenomenal, right? I'm not against going to a reader. But what I want you to be able to do is leave a reading and go, you know what? I don't necessarily agree with that. So I'm not going to adopt that. When I read people, I say, take what you like, leave the rest. So I want you to be empowered to say, I don't really agree with that. Why did she say that? Maybe she's picking up something inside of me that's blocking myself. Maybe she's reading something inside of me that is a belief system that I have to clear. That's the kind of conversation I want. That's the elevated conversations I want us to start having on this page, right? It's not. So I was talking to a psychic once, and my members know the story, and I got to go. And I was talking about a guy I was interested in, and I'm 5'3". I'm tiny. And she said, how tall is he? And I said, he's 6'4". And she went, oh, he's too tall for you. Forget it. Is that an opinion? Totally. That's not spirit. I can't imagine spirit ever saying something like that. They may say, this isn't the right relationship. You know, he's got certain aspects that are really good for you. We want to point you in another direction, but remember what this stuff is like and take that with you. They're not going to say, he's too freaking tall, Marilyn. You're too short, Marilyn. Forget it. Get over it. It was like such a moment for me. Now, I think, like I said, it's great if you want to go to mediums, you want to go to coaches, you want to go to readings, but go with empowerment in your heart. So if I had said to somebody in a reading, Spirit's telling me blah, 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 and they said, no, I don't agree with you, I get quiet, I check in with my guides, and then sometimes we'd be like, you know what, you're right. You're right. You needed to stand in the power of that answer. Good for you. But sometimes the answer was, nope, sorry, I don't agree with you. That's what they're giving me, but you get to do with it what you want. You want to go to a reader, you want to work with a coach, you want to work with a mentor that meets you on your path and helps you to grow, doesn't shut you down. All right, Wendy, I'd go back and listen to this. Joan says, that's an opinion. I'm 5'1", my husband is 6'1". I love it. So Jackie, you need to listen to this whole video and tell me if you're still struggling. I'm not so unsure what I want to do, what my life's purpose is. Life's purpose is a whole other conversation. Take that out of the equation. Get into what you're passionate about and do that. But I think you joined late, and if you didn't, then we'll address this. Why are you confused? Let's break it down even more. So Jackie gave me a question. I think she came on late, though. I'm so unsure what I want to do. Get the life's purpose out of there. That's a whole other conversation we'll be having. But not knowing what you want to do, what do you enjoy? What do you like to study? What do you enjoy doing? Start there, because every career starts from that place. Okay. I got to go because I got to go do a live with my members, Q&A. I just wanted to do this quick little teaching tool for all of you. Let me know your takeaways. Let me know what you don't agree with. Let me know what you do agree with. And you know what, though? I have so much to say about purpose. I don't agree with that word. I don't agree with it. Okay, you're going to make me say it, Susan. I like what Susan said. She said is feeling you have one. I love that, Susan, actually. I think that's a beautiful way of saying it. The reason why the word purpose bothers me is because everybody thinks they have one purpose, and it's not true. It's alignment with your soul that's more important. So my purpose in the beginning was to work in TV and create good TV for people. And then I realized that I'd rather entertain people by being a different personality and acting. And then I realized that I was really good at reading, and I wanted to really help get into people's lives and show them their future. And then I realized I was even better at teaching and empowering people. If I was stuck on one purpose, which was my TV career, I never would have evolved to where I am today. And because I don't stay with one purpose, I allow evolution to happen. Instead, it's more important to me to live a life aligned with my soul and to create a career from there. But Susan, I do love what you said. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I don't want to disregard that, because I think that's beautiful. She said, the first step is knowing your purpose is feeling you have one. And I think that's beautiful, but be really careful about, exactly, that it changes and grows. Be really careful about getting stuck on, I've had so many people come to me and say, this medium said I was a healer and that's my purpose. And then they was frozen in time because they didn't know what to do with that. And if they got it wrong, they were going to be fucked for life. Excuse my language. But that's the way they felt. They were like, do I take Theta? Do I take Reiki? Whatever I take, if I don't do it right, I am screwed. No, everything is a building block to something even greater and built bigger. All right. I'm going to go. Love you all. Let me know. Watch the whole video because it's a good video. I just gave you some good shit. I got to go talk to my peeps in membership and do readings. That's where I do readings. And get ready, guys, because I'm going to do a little teaching something in the beginning. And I will see you soon. All right. I just wanted to share this. And if you didn't see that video I did with Kat about sales, it's so good. We talked about who Jesus would be, who Jesus is. Just listen to it. It's really good. Bye.